while NFL teams missed out on Brock Purdy. Luckily for the 49ers, they did not, even though they nearly did. They intended to sign him as an undrafted free agent, but to ensure that they got him, they chose him with the last pick in the draft. How did Purdy end up on the 49ers radar? What does Purdy's success mean for each QB on the 49er roster? Watch this video for full details. First up, Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan are getting comfortable in the 49er offense. Brock Purdy is still unbeaten as a starter for the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy has thrown multiple touchdown passes in each of his first 3 starts, an achievement only 3 other rookie quarterbacks have made since 1950, despite playing through a fairly serious rib injury that has restrained his ability to practice during the week fully. Despite this, his on-field confidence has increased dramatically. Purdy attributed it to his mentality and capacity to seize the moment when asked why he felt more at ease each week he was in charge. Purdy said he just views it as a weekly task and has to perform it to the best of his ability. He said he doesn't think about it or feel more at ease. He said he still possesses the same passion and determination he did before playing. Purdy said he wants to enter the game with the mindset that he must earn his teammates' respect with each play, snap, and drive. He added that he simply needs to constantly remind himself to maintain his enthusiasm and drive. And remember that no game is ever simple, no matter who they're playing. Purdy's professional experience is expanding rapidly with each passing week, even though he had only 210 offensive snaps in the pros as of week 16. Purdy completed 15 of his 22 throws for 234 yards and 2 touchdowns against just 1 interception, showing that his early success has fortunately not yet worn off. The 49ers may improve further in the final stretch if Purdy maintains his recovery and avoids setbacks. Next is Brock Purdy's injuries are healing up. Purdy gave a status report that should make fans extremely thrilled when asked about how his body felt while playing versus the Washington Commanders. Purdy said he felt great after the game against Seattle. He said movements he made on the field that ought to cause pain did not. He felt normal. It's good to hear that Purdy is feeling much better on the field after sustaining a terrible hit in week 14 that put him on the injury report for the previous 2 games. This should expand the range of players Shanahan may use going forward. In response to a question regarding how Purdy's development from week 15 to week 16 affected his play calling, Shanahan acknowledged that he had access to one play that he had not the week before. Shanahan said he figured he could call keepers both ways coming into the game. He added that he felt fine if a sneak opportunity presented itself. Shanahan is beginning to feel more at ease with his rookie quarterback on and off the field as Purdy improves with each passing week and becomes more well known to everyone throughout the NFL landscape. Up next, Shanahan on his comfort level with the 49ers QB. When asked how having the same quarterback at the helm for the 49ers since week 13 has changed San Francisco's preparation, Shanahan responded that if Purdy is beginning to feel more at ease, so is he. Shanahan said that he thinks he's always doing a command from the beginning, but as one goes through these weeks, it's also just getting used to how he is on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the whole rhythm of the week, meetings, and starting to talk to guys. He added that watching them become more accustomed to the person has been interesting. While Purdy's performance on the field is what people watch week in and week out, a large portion of being an NFL quarterback is spent on the practice field and in meetings. It should only aid the 49ers to fine-tune things as playoffs start in January if Shanahan is growing more at ease with what Purdy needs during the week and comprehends how he prepares before a start. Up next, QB Brock Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers discusses how Nick Bosa aided his pocket presence. The Washington Commanders put a lot of pressure on Purdy during the 49ers' 37-20 victory at Levi Stadium. Purdy had to go against possible NFL Defensive Player of the Year Nick Bosa every week while he was the scout team quarterback, but facing elite pass rushers like Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, and Montez Sweat did not faze him. As the starting quarterback for the Niners this season, Purdy said that it was sometimes annoying, like dropping back and seeing Nick in his face and having to make a move virtually every play. The quarterback said that it does help, like in terms of keeping his eyes down the field. Instances where a pass rush is coming, guys are grabbing for the ball, Nick is breathing down his neck virtually every play. He said his pocket presence, awareness, and other things benefited from it. He added that a player encounters a defense with a strong front, like the pass rush, climbing the pocket, and other similar techniques, and they're plain genuine. He gave credit to all the players who practiced leading up to it. Bosa, who leads the NFL with 17.5 sacks in 2022, watched Purdy warm up while observing how the Iowa State product manages pressure in the pocket. Bosa told reporters that they could not bother the quarterbacks in practice. Bosa said that he's surprised with how Purdy developed so rapidly, and he believes because he started 4 years in college, it helps him. He added that for a rookie to come in and have that command, everyone had his back. Up next is what Brock Purdy has to say after defeating Tom Brady. Brock Purdy exclaimed that it was great to hang out with Tom Brady after the game, but he stressed that he was determined to avoid falling victim to one of the NFL star's crazy comebacks. The San Francisco 49ers' 35-7 hammering of the Tampa Bay Bucks made history by making the 22-year-old QB the first quarterback to defeat the renowned athlete in his first start as a professional. The Niners' quarterback situation was severely hampered by the injuries to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. Therefore, Purdy was given his first start. He completed 16 of 21 passes for 185 yards and 3 touchdowns, despite having given San Francisco a commanding advantage and earning the nickname Mr. Irrelevant for being the final pick in the spring draft. The athlete claimed he had to remind himself not to continuously count out a Brady comeback, knowing that this player has made so many spectacular comebacks in his career. He claimed that he only wanted to keep scoring as many points as he could. Purdy claimed he did not want that to happen in the first start. He was aware of the situation, but did his job the entire time without looking at the scoreboard. He claimed he also respected the opposing side members, but ultimately opted against giving him a chance. After the game, Purdy admitted that hearing positive feedback about his play from an icon he had grown up admiring was a fantastic experience. He looked around and thought, "That's Tom Brady." Chit-chatting with males was quite nice. Without holding back, Purdy declared that it was admirable that he recognized his accomplishments. He remarked that it was fantastic to see a player dominate for so long, win Super Bowls as a youngster, and then get to give him a high five. Up next, what Brock Purdy's success could mean for each QB on the 49er roster. A quarterback's transition to the professional level is challenging. The situation seems considerably worse when you are called Mr. Irrelevant. However, Brock Purdy, the rookie quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, has found himself in the worst of situations. What's more astounding is how effortless he makes it seem. Despite the previous success the 49ers had up until that point, every San Francisco fan in attendance believed that for sure the team's season was finished when veteran quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo was lost to injury in Week 13. The former Iowa State player took over as the starter and appeared to be in mid-season form from the opening snap, leading his club to win over the scorching Miami Dolphins. Purdy has not looked back since that time. He's improved the play of each of his teammates on the field and has brought an all-too-familiar energy to 49ers football. It might be too soon to consider Purdy the new sheriff, but he will be regarded as the real deal unless he offers the opposition cause to disagree, and it will ultimately have an effect in some way on every other quarterback on the Niner roster. Up next, Brock Purdy explains how the 49ers discovered him. Here is Brock Purdy's conversation as to how he got to play for the 49ers. When asked if being selected by the 49ers was a complete surprise, or whether a scout or personnel representative from the team got in touch with him or expressed interest in him before the draft, Purdy said he had held a Zoom meeting with Coach Greasy and Clay Kubiak. They used a Zoom setup to go over certain plays from Iowa State, his background, his way of thinking, and other things. He said as the final day of the selection approached, Kubiak and Greasy called to catch up with him and expressed their hope that they would have the chance to select him. Purdy responded yes when asked if those were the first 2 organization members to contact him. He also said he didn't do any top 30 visits. In response to if there was another team he was prepared to sign with in case he wasn't signed by those who contacted him, Purdy said there was a list circulating, but there wasn't one team he would go to. He added that there were a lot of teams phoning both him and his agent who had interest and wanted to meet him and have him sign with them. He claimed that the 49ers were on the list. When asked if he planned to go through the entire undrafted free agency process and if he was surprised when he got drafted, Purdy said that they started putting together a strategy for what would happen toward the 7th round's conclusion, but after 3 picks remained, that's when he received the call. Now you're familiar with how the 49ers discovered Brock Purdy and what Brock Purdy's success could mean for each QB on the Niner roster. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.